Let's say between rent for this house and my utilities, I'm paying $11.33 for my monthly housing expenses. The country club is kind of far from my house, and because there's no public transportation, I'm gonna need a car. I saved up and purchased this 2011 Subaru Forester on Facebook Marketplace. I got it for $4,500. So like George, I spend about $136 a month just on gas to get to my job. This leaves me with a little over $400 for everything else. Guys gotta eat. What am I gonna do for food? According to the BLS data, someone like me spends around $467 a month on food. I typically spend about $100 a week on groceries and can use the rest on a dinner out or two. I've got a Kroger grocery store 4 minutes away from my house. And at this point, I'm definitely cognizant of every price on these shelves. I'm using coupons, trying to get the best deal, but I have leeway to spend a little bit more on maybe a decent cut of meat or some fresh produce. Maybe I buy organic every once in a while. I can comfortably feed myself if I'm smart about how I spend and I don't eat out too much. This income level is right on the threshold where employers start to sponsor your healthcare plan. They start to subsidize it. That's a thing here in America. And luckily, my employer does. But even still, I spend $300 a month on health, medicine, out-of-pocket doctors, pre-deductible expenses, and now I get to pay for a gym. I signed up for this low-cost gym for $10 a month. So after covering these basic needs, I have $231 left for everything else, all of my other essentials. Laundry, cell phone, internet brings me down to $126. I will try to put some of this away for an emergency or a trip, put it into a savings account with a good interest rate so it will grow over time. But to be honest, I'm probably gonna spend this on entertainment. Like, I wanna go out and have fun. I wanna go to a movie. I wanna subscribe to Hulu and Netflix. I might buy a book, might go out with some friends. And after all of that, I end up around zero. So all in all, I'm doing better than George, but not that much better. I've got some money left over at the end of the month, but an emergency expense would still leave me in debt. All right, let's up this to 100 grand a year and see what our budget looks like. Okay, now I'm Tim, and I just found this job in sales. It makes me $100,000 a year. I'm officially in the six figures. I make 4 times more than George and double the median income that Simon makes. I'm now near the top 10% of earners in this country. My salary gives me $8,333 every month. $2,200 of that is gonna go to taxes, and I'm left with just over 6 grand. In this income bracket, you see that people spend around 30% of their income on housing. Until recently, this salary would have been more than enough to buy a house, but these days, not so much. But for the case of our assumption, let's assume that I, Tim, have been saving for 10 years and I'm finally ready to purchase my first home. Zillow is telling me that I can afford a house that's around $314,000. I'm gonna buy this nice 1-bedroom townhouse in Atlanta. It's got these nice wood floors, all of this natural light. Oh wait, no. Looks like there's a condo fee, $426 per month, probably for that fancy workout room. Okay, we're gonna have to keep looking. Okay, I found one. It's a 1-bedroom condo. It's got a fireplace, access to a pool and a fitness room. It's in a pretty good location, and it's just under $260,000. With the condo fee, I'll be paying around $2,700 per month, which is about 32% of my income for housing. I get to spend more on housing than George and Simon make in a month. Oh, and by the way, I will have to cough up $20,000, which is my whole savings for a 5% down payment and closing costs to make this house purchase.